Hi, this is Carl, and this is another SOP video for managed service providers. And today I want to talk a little bit more about fine-tuning your service board and making sure that it's working right. Last time I talked about the analogy of a conveyor belt and how tickets get into the system. So let's talk today about looking at the board when all those tickets are in there. Because here's one of the interesting things. Many of us have a personality type, myself included. I like a clean desktop. I delete all the icons, including, for most of the computers that I work with, I remove the recycle bin from the desktop. I want nothing on my desktop. Other people, they want 10,000 icons, and I don't know how they figure out where anything is. But the point is, you have to be careful about your personality type and that you don't set up your view of your service board so that it's super clean and you miss tickets. One of the problems I've had people talk to me about is that they have a view that is uncluttered and then they miss tickets. So rule one, I would say, is this. If you have under 1,000 tickets on average, you only need one board. You don't need a board for this and a board for that and a board for level 3 and a board for level 2 and all that kind of stuff. 1,000 tickets is not that many if you manage it properly. So here's the deal. If you have a specialty item, like you sell a lot of voice over IP or you sell a lot of signage, cool. Create a separate board for those projects. You might even have a separate board for projects if you don't manage projects in the project module. But for 99% of what you do in the basic service delivery for an MSP, you should have one board and everything should be on that board. And then you can sort it by age. You can sort it by priority. You can sort it by client, right? You can do all those kinds of things. Some people only want to look at what's new. Some people only want to look at what is aging. Some people only want to look at what's important. That's all fine. You can have as many views as you want, but you should have one view that is absolutely everything, because then you can do the massaging of the service board. You can sort it by age and make sure you don't have a bunch of old tickets that aren't getting attention. You can sort it by priority and make sure that you don't have a bunch of tickets that are super high priority. Again, probably not getting the attention they deserve. You can sort it by client and make sure you don't have one client with too many tickets, right? You can do all of this sorting, and once you do that and you make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, then a lot of problems go away. But you must have at least one view that you check at least once a week where somebody can see every single ticket in the system. And so that's how you make sure nothing falls off that conveyor belt as it's moving through your system. When I say falls off the conveyor belt, I mean it's lost, right? You got a ticket in the system, but nobody sees it, nobody knows where it is, right? And that's an issue. So next time I'm going to talk about statuses and the statuses that matter and how you use statuses to manage the flow of tickets through your system. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Polachuk, wishing you the best of luck in your managed service business. Like it if you like it, share it with your friends, and absolutely subscribe to the channel.